Hi, this is Lena from Rock, and I'm here with
Pontus from Hammerfall.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're soon gonna release a new album.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's the 10th album in 20 years.
Yes, it is.
And I cannot imagine how much work it is to release only one album. And now it's your 10th, so
yes.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
And where did you get the energy from?
I think if I go make a little background of it, it's everything started with the break that we had after the Infected album 5 years ago. And we were, looking to find what was good and what was, bad in that, recipe that we had. It didn't work perfectly. So we decided to have a break and go and get perspective of the whole thing. And we just took away all the bad, kept the good things, and then we did the Revolution album. And suddenly everything, all of us felt like young at heart again. So we, found the energy and the energy and the joy and the happiness of recording albums, because you're always under pressure. And I think we, both the Revolution and now, of course, Built to Last has been, it feels like we record the first album again. And I think... Isn't
it always a feeling the same when you have a new album?
Sort of. You go into a recording mood. And writing, first a writing session, and then you go into the production and start to, prepare for the production. And if you have elements that disturbs, then it's not going to be energetic. It's not going to be fun to do.
Yeah.
But just because we decided to do it our way, I think we found anything, and it feels like for the Built to Last album now it's like. Boom! I feel like
it's right into the
20
face.
Again, even if I'm 26.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And what's the main difference between this album now, Built to Last, and the other albums?
I think the difference is that a lot of experience. That we could just go into a new production with. And sort of restart. Sometimes you have so much behind you, haunting you all the time that's going to disturb, to get the energy and get the best out of the performance and everything. And I think this album is sort of, it's so much deliverance from everyone. So, and we don't look into putting millions of stuff into the production. We try to keep it simple and just get the energy out of everyone. Yeah. I think we really succeeded with that. So.
Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, yes.
Thank you.
And I think the album is very fast and very powerful. Mm-hmm. So also with the first song, it's Bring It. Mm-hmm. It's like really heavy, and but the lyrics are something like. I can do what I want, like also in the second song, and Let Me Live My Life. So what is this about? Is it like as a band someone tried to pull you down, or what is this about?
No, I think that's up to everyone, that's how you feel. And I know, for example, it's more or less Joacim that writes the lyrics, and we always talk about, is it a theme album, and Hammerfall has never been, writing a theme album. Every song is very individual, and I think if I repeat what Joacim has said a couple of times, it's more or less he digs really deep to find sort of his demons and the dark sides, and then he tried to find anything, on the other side, sort of. He goes all the way down to hell and then up to heaven to find answers, and then it pops out in the lyrics. And normally he works so hard for so long, so when he's done with one song, he comes out and he doesn't even know what he's been writing, but then he relives the song. And I think that's a little bit how we work, because the whole process of writing an album for Hammerfall is we never write 25 songs and then take away
No?
15. No.
Yes,
We write on this album. It's 11 songs because we have an extra bonus track, and we write 11 songs. And the process on the way, just
you only focus on this song.
Yes. No, it's nothing else. And if even you can have a guitar riff, an idea, of course, but we never, put it in writing. We don't start to work on something that doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And I was wondering, there's the song "You Breathe," and who's singing in the beginning? Is it Joacim?
It is Joacim.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought it's someone else because the voice is like, I don't know, not so high, and it's just different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
and he's singing double, like he's singing this voice and another voice.
That's. I think that's the whole point of how we developed as a band. Also, you can. It doesn't matter. We do what we want to do because we love it, and we want to play these type of songs, and we never ask questions like, can we do that? No, we just do it because it feels right, and it's the right, feeling. Like I said with the lyrics, when he wrote the lyrics, that was perfect for the lyrics, and then it's up to you, to receive that, and it's part of my life also. I understand that words it's not about the dragon. The dragon can actually be someone else, or you see what I mean? I just took dragon out of nowhere now, but it's all these words and personalities and everything in the lyrics can be, it can be your mother, it can be your brother, it can be your best friend. You never know. It's...
And also in Second to None, he's the only singer on the whole album.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting.
No, he's the only lead singer. We have a lot of background singer. I sing a lot of background vocals, but he's doing all the leads.
Okay. And in my opinion, the best song, like what I like the most, is Hammer High. And I like the guitar solos. There are quite many guitar solos on the whole album. Is it playing you? Do you do the guitar solos?
More or less. If I say I do the faster guitar solos.
Like on the song Hammer High?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
It's first me on Hammer High. It's first me, then Oscar, then me again. So it's like three different parts of the song. And I think that's also a thing that has developed with Hammerfall, that if I go back to other bands I played with before, it was normally like you got a song and then it's like, make a guitar solo. Here is more like we get the songs with the vocals, even if it's a rough demo, and I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do on the guitar solos until I get a picture painted from Joacim with some melodies,
and then you can put something in.
Yeah, I can. Then I can put some extra colors on that melody and put it into a guitar solo.
Yeah.
And I think it binds together everything. In the Hammer High is one of my favorites because that was a song, and that's actually the next single that's going to be released the 23rd of September, and the video.
Nice. Yeah. Cool.
And that song means a lot to me because that was a song, during the process of writing it and the demos came, and it felt a little bit like, is it going to be good? But then when we started the recording process, it was like,
no, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it
took a couple of days when we started to do drums and bass and guitar. It was like, it grows so much, and then you could hear even the demo vocals, like, wow. So
you're surprised by yourself.
It became a traditional Hammerfall hymn, sort of. And you never know what song is going to be that, because if we go back, there is, of course, we have Hearts on Fire and Let the Hammer Fall, and it's a lot of songs that's been big, for the fans when we play.
And this is the next one.
Yeah, I think this is the next one, and that somehow, since Glory to the Brave, still the first album, that's an album that was built to last, and it's been lasting for 20 years now, and now it's time to make something new. And I think there is elements in every album that's built to last. It's gonna last.
No. And why did you change the record label?
Actually, the actual contract was it ended, and we actually started to talk a lot about what's the next step for Hammerfall. In the band, we were talking about it, and we wanted to take Hammerfall to the next step, and we asked Nuclear Blast, and then we started to maybe someone else would be interested of doing something, and we talked to a couple of labels, and then Napalm. We talked to Napalm, and they gave the right answers. What we wanted to hear. We don't know if that's going to happen. We will know in a couple of years if this is built to last. This joint venture, hopefully, and it feels totally right now. And sort of, we wanted to take it to the next level and the next step for Hammerfall. Even if we're not maybe we're not the next Iron Maiden, but we need to go to the next step. And we've been 19 years with Nuclear Blast.
Yeah.
And
that's so long.
Yeah, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, after a couple of years you have to renew stuff.
It's too long.
Yeah, exactly. But it's in all relationships you come to you not come to an end, but you come to a certain point where you have to we have to do this or go separate ways. And we felt like, okay, we do this with Napalm and try it out, and at the moment it feels great.
Yeah. And it's so funny because the first time I saw you, I thought you were from any other country but not from Sweden. Because I think the Swedish bands, in my opinion, are more reduced, they are more dark, anything like this. And then I saw you and the whole performance, which is a little bit kind of, I think, glamorous or something. Yeah. And then the outfits, and where does it come from?
I think, like Sweden was in the 80s and early 90s, it was a lot of glamorous rock and rollers.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yes. It was so much LA. In the Gothenburg scene, for example, it was so many glamorous LA band type of bands. And if you went up to Stockholm, it was more blues rock type of bands. And if you went all the way up north, they became very heavy, like darker and everything. Yeah. But then, when the grunge came in the early 90s, the whole music scene with melodic rock and roll and metal in Sweden just died in a couple of days. All the clubs, they didn't book. No clubs, no. It was back then. It was a lot of like youth clubs that was booking bands, and you could do quite good shows everywhere. I think in less than a week, no one. I was like, okay, I'm out of work, because everyone wanted grunge. From everyone was pointing and looking and making kisses to the audience, suddenly everyone was depressed, looking down in the floor. That was it. Yeah. So, and I think when Hammerfall, with the break with Glory to the Brave, that was 97. The metal was dead. So Hammerfall opened the doors from Sweden again, and. In the beginning, everyone said, "Why do you play that fucking music? Play music people want to hear." And Hammerfall said, "No, we want to play the music we like to play."
Oh, okay.
And we kept on doing that, and it's been working for 20 years. So.
But what was the influence for this? Was it like really from United States or not?
No.
Or just your feeling?
Yeah,
what you
just like Oscar started out the band like in '93 already, but it wasn't actually the band. He was trying to get musicians because he wanted. It was like a rock competition every year, and he tried to use like Jesper from In Flames was in the band. He was playing the drums, for example. Yeah, and it was so many people. He didn't have the actual band from the beginning. He just tried and tried with the songs to win that competition, and then Joacim came in because he was asked. And they won the competition, and that was the starting point of that. Yeah. And at that time, people said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? This is not
what
music anymore.
What the heck are you doing?
Look depressed and look down in the floor. Don't look at the audience.
Please cry.
Yeah. No, so I think that what it came from. of course, you said Gothenburg. The Gothenburg sound is very dark, heavy, and everything. And it's fun though that Fredrik Nordström, the producer behind In Flames, you know, all these metal bands from Gothenburg that was growling and everything, and then he produced Glory to the Brave, and that was one of his most successful albums from Sweden. That made him, you know, come out in the world.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. And as a band, what do you like more? Like playing on festivals or private Hammerfall concerts?
It depends. I have to say that I love to play like Wacken in front of 80,000 people. It's great, but the only thing, you don't get that much back from the audience because you're like 15 meters away from the audience. You don't see anyone's eyes. You see people, you know, waving and shouting.
It's a crowd.
Yeah, but it's a huge crowd and with a massive energy. Wow, let the hammer fall. You know, you're like, oh fuck! It's so loud. But I have to say, that was actually. What's his name? Oh, I just dropped it. Joe Elliott from the Flatbar. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, the singer anyway. He said, "I love to play arenas, but bringing it down to about a capacity of 1,500 people, suddenly you see the people's joy when
personal.
you start. Yeah, it's personal. And I have to say, when we do normal sized, bigger sized clubs where you have the audience 2 meters away, 1.5 meter away, when you start to play Hearts on Fire, you see that happiness. Or and when people sing along, that reward, you can't top that. It doesn't matter if you play Madison Square Garden or Wacken, or because of course the energy, but you don't get that direct response. And I have to say that's what I love.
So both.
Yeah, very simple, but it's quite hard to understand if you're not standing up there, because my goal in life was like, I want to play in front of 100 or 400,000 people, and then when I came to that, of course, it's like, fuck, so many people loves us and they sing along, but you miss the eye contact on big festivals.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not going to play on any festivals next year?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh,
because I have not seen any.
No, actually, everything we start with Europe, the European tour, and then we go to South America, and after South America, we're going to do North America until mid-May, and after that, straight into festivals. But at the moment, because
that's so cool.
Yeah, because it, we're going to set the whole schedule, so we're not relieving anything until it's time, and when we have the routing and everything. So
okay, because I thought you're not coming to festivals, and I thought, oh no,
it's going to be a lot of
that's
festivals,
cool.
I promise.
Yeah. But you're going to be in Berlin in February.
Yes,
I'm going to be there.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward. Yes,
be there.
And I think we live in a social media world. And it was not always like this. So how is it for you as a band? Do you think, we really love to show like our life, or when we are backstage and post it on Facebook, Instagram or whatever? Or do you say it's a must, we're not into it so much, but we have to do this because we want to stay tuned?
I think the whole social media thing, grow on everyone. All bands sort of have to do it, because if you're not, the next door neighbor keeps the updates every day, like 10 times a day. Okay, brushing her teeth, okay, and now, okay, she's doing makeup. Oh, she's going up, she's doing that, she's eating that. And the thing is, I think everything that was a no-no before, backstage was secret, sort of. What happened there was secret, and what happened during sound checks, and the thing is, I think on the Revolution tour, what we did was, we bring a person that can help us out, because otherwise we miss out. We like to, do updates and stuff, but the thing is, you have to do all this stuff along the way on the tour, and you're quite tired. It's, you know, like we say, Groundhog Day. You do the same routine every day, and then you miss out of updating whatever. And that's why I think the social media is very important. It's not, we're not forced to do it. We love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
and who's doing the content? Like, is it you?
No.
Okay, we want to post something, or do you have a manager for this? Or?
No, I actually, on the last tour, we brought a good friend and asked her if she could help us, and she's a good photographer also. So she loves.
So she's updating your life.
Yeah, but she helping us. You know, of course, we're taking pictures, we're doing everything ourselves. Also, but we send the pictures so she can put it together, so we can, you know, put more effort into playing and performing instead. Because I think that's a hard thing on tour. Of course, you always can take your phone lying on the amp or something, and you can take a big selfie
every 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that looks quite silly on stage. And the thing is, when you're but when you're in that mood of, you know, performing, the adrenaline is so high, and when you're done, you can take the phone and take a selfie and pose with the audience, of course, but then it's easier if someone else is there and just does it for you. It doesn't need to be a huge camera. It can be just an iPhone. It's enough just to get the memories.
Okay, yeah. And last but not least, so is there any item you cannot miss when you're on tour? Except for the guitar.
Oh, for me, there's no tour without Swedish salty licorice.
What's that?
Licorice. You know what licorice is? The salty.
Lakritze.
Yeah, lakritze. Yeah.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
You like it? Oh my god.
Yeah. That's my thing on tour. I need to have some with me all the time.
Okay, how interesting.
And there's nothing compared to Swedish salty licorice.
Okay. I'm in Sweden every year. I should try it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. I will bring some to Berlin next time. I have some with me, I promise.
Okay, cool. So, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And I think we should go to the lake now.
No, let me please interrupt. Joacim will join us in just a minute. So
okay.
If you have special questions.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
Okay,
good. Yeah.
Let's.
Perfect.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's here.
Okay.
Say something. You can just move. You can just.
Hi. You're leaving?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Joacim. Hi. How are you?
Good. I didn't mean to kick him out, but okay. Later.
Do something.
You can sign the cards. For me.
Yeah. I can.
You're coming from outside, from laying in the sun, right?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I was coming from the kitchen.
Really?
Yes.
No. Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine. It's good. I'm really, psyched about the whole thing to be out on the promotion tour now, talking about the new album, something we've been working with for such a long time.
Mm-hmm. I heard right now that it's always for you when you release a new album, like it's the first one because you're excited. It's your baby, and
of course, it's our 10th baby now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. They are cooking right now. Okay.
I'm not sure what they're doing. It's always No, it's also like when you're done in the studio, you can't really you can't really control your product anymore, because as soon as you release the album, it's out of your control also. That it's kind of like a little bird in its nest, and you just push it out there and it's to fly away on its own. Mm-hmm. That is how I see an album, because now it's up to the fans and the listeners to judge for themselves. Do they like this or not?
I know they will love it.
I hope so too.
So
I really hope
so. A strong title and a strong album, in my opinion.
Good.
So it's.
Thank you. No, I'm feel very, very safe and secure.
No, I said that Hammer High is my favorite. I think it's going to be so good.
I think that is a song we have to live with for the rest of our lives. I got the feeling already when we wrote it, like, wow, this is something special, kind of a hymn type of song. I mean, Hammerfall, we're kind of known for writing hymn-like songs, but this is like a little over the, on top of everything else we've written, I think. So this will be a live favorite for sure.
Yeah.
I think.
And I was also asking, it's so funny because I thought in New Breed, the song, I was asking if it's you singing in the beginning. I didn't think that it's you because
yes, it is.
The voice is different.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're singing at the same time twice.
Aha.
So
Okay.
Who is this?
It could be depending on if it's me there. I'm not really sure because we also have a second, like in the backing section, there are other people singing too, and some of the harmonies are done by another singer. Just
no, it's the main voice.
Yeah, to add some flavor to it. So maybe this. I'm not really sure who did that. Could have been me. Could have been him.
Yeah. But did you ever think of like you always have a very clear voice and like real singing, but do you think of growling? Can you growl?
No, I can't do that because I would lose my voice, and to add that flavor to Hammerfall, that would be to betray not only ourselves but also the fans. I mean, Hammerfall is heavy metal, and growling doesn't really have anything to do with with traditional heavy metal, in my opinion. So
yeah, it would change everything.
Yeah, if I would do something like that, I would probably do it under a different name in another band. It's like if you take a bottle of Heineken, for instance, and you put something else in there, people will go, "What the hell is this? This is not Heineken." Same thing with Hammerfall. If you add some weird flavor to it, like, no, I don't like this.
No.
It's a trademark. It's
okay.
Very, very careful.
Maybe in 20 years, one song.
Yeah, maybe because I can't sing properly in 20 years. Growling is my natural voice back then. You never know.
Are you smoking?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
And do you know on which festivals you're going to play next year?
Nope.
Because I thought, no festivals. I was oh no, because I'm going to so many festivals and I want to see you there. But you're going to Berlin anyway in February.
Yes. I mean, what we're focusing on, the main focus now lies on the tour. So we start
the European tour.
Yeah, so we start with the European tour, then we go down to South America, then we do North America, and then we come back to do the festivals in Europe. So it will be a lot of festivals, but at this point, it's we're waiting a little bit to book them and to announce them, because it's better to release the album first and see what happens. If it's a big success, maybe some of the bigger festival calls say, we really want to have Hammerfall as one of the main act. Perfect. But if you deal now, we're going to deal based on the previous album, because they have no idea what's going to happen with the new album. So we're
And is there any item that you cannot miss when you're on tour?
Any item?
Do you need something when you're on tour? Do you always bring something with you?
But that is a very good question. Since I don't use tobacco anymore. Before I always brought my tobacco. I did the snus wet tobacco, but I don't do that anymore. I need my earplugs, and I'm not mean the earplugs I use when I go out at a show.
For sleeping?
For sleeping.
Really?
Yes. Because on a tour bus.
The others are so loud.
Yeah.
Snoring.
I hate snoring.
Who is snoring more?
Pontus.
Okay.
Especially if you give him a couple of beers, and then you put him into bed, he's gonna snore like.
He has the best sleep ever, and no one else.
Yeah, he wakes up. Hey guys, what a great night! Like, yeah, right.
Thanks to you. Yeah.
So my earplugs.
Okay, and you're the whole day in Berlin now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Do you have many more interviews, or do you go outside, enjoy the sun, or what do you do?
We've been sitting inside for the last 4 days, looking at the nice weather, and it's going to be exactly the same way here.
Oh.
Yeah. But we started at 2 o'clock, and I think we're done at 9 with this. So.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm here to talk about something I'm really proud of and something I truly believe in. So the sun is going to be there tomorrow too.
Yeah. Maybe.
So, maybe.
Yes. So it was really nice to talk to you too.
Well, I'm happy to be invited. Yeah. I had my own little party in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, did you cook something for us?
Well, I cooked up some really cool answers to a magazine.
Okay. Let's try them.
Yes.
Okay.
Next time I'll cook.
So thank you.
Yes. Pontus, both me and Pontus are really into cooking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fantastic in the kitchen. But I'm working more towards vegetarian, vegan stuff. So
Really?
I don't eat meat, so.
But you're not a vegan.
Well, 95% vegan. At home, I only cook vegan.
Okay, I'm always making fun of because Berlin is the city of the vegans.
Yes.
And all the vegan coffee, vegan this, and I feel like very outcast when I eat meat. So where should I go? No.
You should reconsider your cuisine, and maybe you should try.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's better for you. Okay. I'm not going to lecture you. Stop eating meat or donuts or whatever you eat. Donuts is bad for you too.
No, I love them.
Me too, but they're too. You get too big. At least I would if I eat donuts, so I don't eat donuts.
Okay, next time I bring you a donut.
I'm looking forward to it. Yes.
So, okay. Hej då.
Hej då. Auf Wiedersehen. Cool.
Okay.
It's so warm in here.